Welcome back, students. In this session, I will solve some questions for you in arithmetic progression, and there are 6 questions with us, and these 6 questions will give you fairly good idea of how to deal with arithmetic progression. Okay? And once we do geometric progression and arithmetic or geometric progression, again we will do some questions clubbed with all the different progressions. First question: a man saves 200 rupees in each of the first 3 months. A man saves rupees 200 in each of the first 3 months of his service. In each of the subsequent months thereafter, his savings increases by rupees 40 more than the saving of the immediately previous month. So, what do you mean by this question? Initially, let us say I started working today. After every month in my saving, I am saving 200 rupees, and I did this for first 3 months. So, first 3 months what is my saving? 200 into 3, that will be 600 rupees I will be saving. After that what happened? I learned that saving more and more will have my savings more and more. So, I started to increase every month savings by 40 more than the previous month saving. So, third month I was able to save 200 rupees. Fourth month how much will I be able to save? 40 more than that. Fifth month 40 more than that. Sixth month 40 more than that. So, in each of the subsequent months his savings increases by rupees 40 more than the saving immediately previous month. So, his total savings from the start of the service will be how many rupees? 11,040 rupees. It is given that total savings will be 11,040 rupees. So, he is asking you after how many months will this happen? After how many months will this happen? Objective questions, options are also given to you. So, what is the question? First 3 months a person was able to save 200 rupees each. After that what happened? He slowly started to increase his savings. So, in fourth month how much will he be saving? 40 more than the third month. So, it will be 240 rupees. In fifth month how much will he be saving? 40 more than this, 280 rupees. In sixth month 40 more than this, 320 rupees. So on, he does this, let us say for n months. So, let us say he did this for n months. Total how much was he able to save? 11,040 rupees. It is given that total he was able to save 11,040 rupees. So, he is asking after how many months from the start. So, initially 3 months where he was making a constant saving, thereafter n months, whereas his saving was increasing in an arithmetic progression. So, what will be your answer? Total of n plus 3 months. So, n months where his savings were increasing in an arithmetic progression. Is this not an arithmetic progression? 240, 280, 320, so on. And first 3 months he was able to save 200 rupees constant. So, 200 into 3, that will be 600 rupees. So, let me do this question. This 600, let me send it to the other side. So, what will I be left with here? Remove this 600 from 11,040. So, what will I be left with? 10440. Yes or no? Just 600 subtracted from 11,040, I will be left with 10440. This will be equal to how much? 240 plus 280 plus 320, so on. What will be sum to n terms of this arithmetic progression? N by 2. How many terms? N terms. So, n by 2 into 2a. 2a is how much? 2 into first term of this is 240 plus n minus 1 into d. D is the common difference of this CAP. What is common difference of this CAP? 40. Okay. So, I have a quadratic in n. Is this not a quadratic in n? When you multiply, you will get n square. When you multiply, you get n square, and remaining all terms will be n. Okay. So, this quadratic you could have written it directly also. I told you one more way. Usually people do it by this method. I told you one more way in which you can write sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression. What is that? Sn will be directly equal to n square into what will be coefficient of n square? Half the common difference. What is common difference here? 40. So, this will be n square into 20 or 20 n square plus n into what will be coefficient of n? A minus d by 2. So, first term which is 240 minus 20. So, how much will it be? 220 is given to be how much? 10440. So, directly you have a quadratic. This is the advantage of this method. Now, what you can do is you can cancel out all this 0 throughout, and also this 1 is getting cancelled. So, what will you be left with? N square plus I am getting it cancelled throughout. So, n into 20 goes how many times? 11 times. So, this will be 11n is equal to how much? 20. How many times it gets cancelled? 0 goes 522. N square plus 11n is equal to 522. This is a quadratic. So, let me solve. If you can solve this quadratic directly, n I will take common. N into n plus 11 is 522. N into n plus 11 is 522. Okay. Now, can I see any number which when multiplied by n, that number plus 11 will give me 522. So, let me observe the factors of 522. 522 how can you factorize it? 2 into 261, 2 into 261. 261 what are the factors? Sum is how much? 9. So, 9 goes. So, 2 into 9 goes how many times in 261? 9 2s are 18, 81, 29. 29 is a prime number, right? I cannot further factorize it. So, I want to see two numbers whose difference is 11, and whose product is 522. So, what are those numbers? Can you see them directly here? 9 2s are 18 and 29. 18 and 29, their difference is 11 and their product is 522. So, happily you can answer it, n will be equal to how much? 18. So, what will be your final answer? N plus 3, that is 21. After 21 months this will happen. So, very easy. So, instead of doing the all summation, what you can do is directly you can write a summation n square multiplied by d by 2, common difference of this is how much? D is 40, 40 by 2 20 plus n into a minus d by 2 220. Entire simplification will happen in one line. So, 20 you can get it cancelled throughout, you have a quadratic n square into 11n plus is equal to 522. So, quadratic sometimes you can do the factorization and do it, or else sometimes you can identify the numbers, just because whenever you know have the advantage and you know that these are integers, you can guess the integers by looking at the multiplication. 522 being a big number, you factorized it 2 into 261, which again got factorized into 18 into 29, and once you saw 18 and 29, difference of the numbers is 11, happily you can see n is 18. Another answer you will get, which is a negative number. Okay. So, negative numbers cannot be number of terms, number of months. So, we take n is equal to 18, and what will be your answer? 18 plus 3, which is 21. So, 21 months he will be able to do this saving. Is the problem clear? Next question. Let TR be rth term of an AP whose first term is A and common difference D. So, what is first term given to be? A, common difference is D, TR is the rth term. What else is given? If for some positive integers m and n, Tm is equal to 1 by n, Tm is given to be 1 by n and Tn is equal to 1 by n. What is given? Tm is equal to 1 by n and Tn is equal to 1 by m, and what is he asking? Find A minus D. Is the question clear? In an AP whose first term is A, common difference is D, these two are given to me, and whose rth term is Tr, Tm is 1 by n, Tm is given to be 1 by n and Tn is given to be 1 by m. He is asking me to find A minus D. Let us do it. Tm, mth term of an arithmetic progression, what will it be? A plus m minus 1 into D, and what is it given to be? 1 by n. Then what else is given? So, these are the two given conditions, right. Tn is given. What is it? A plus n minus 1 into D. How much is this given to be? 1 by m. 1 by m. And what is he asking me to find? A minus D. See here, slowly and slowly you have to improve your problem solving ability. You have to improve your problem solving ability. Here two informations are given, two variables, two unknowns A and D are there. So, what people generally do is subtract these two equations, get the value of D, substitute that value of D, get the value of A and solve this question. Is the method simple? Two unknowns, two variables, you can solve for A and D. Once you get the values of A and D, substitute them here and find the value of A minus D. That is definitely a simple method and happily anyone can do it. Can you think of anything even more simpler? Where do you see this A minus D in this term? See here, A minus D, right? And that is what I want. So, let me try to get rid of the remaining term. What is it here? MD here and ND here. So, what I simply do is, I will multiply throughout by n. I will multiply throughout first equation by n. So, what will I get? N into A minus D plus MD I am multiplying by n. So, it will become MND is equal to 1. First equation just I am seeing it and writing it. At a stage will come, you can directly say that the answer is 0. Okay. So, for your convenience I am writing this n into A minus D plus MND is equal to 1. What will happen to your second equation? M into A minus D. Why I am writing A minus D together? Because that is what I want, A minus D, plus what is this becoming? M and D again. See, M and D is equal to 1. So, what I have to do? I want to flush out all the unwanted terms, whatever is not wanted, this is not wanted, this is not wanted, I want this, right. So, to get rid of this, what I have to do? Subtract both the equations. So, when you subtract both the equations, A minus D comes common into n minus m, this vanishes, gets cancelled is equal to 0. And what is given in the question? M is not equal to n, m and n are two different numbers, m is not equal to n. So, for product of two numbers to be 0, either of them have to be 0. This cannot be 0, n minus m is not given to be 0. So, what should happen? A minus D has to be 0. So, this equation should be A minus D should be equal to 0. So, this question can be solved in two methods. One, directly you subtract both the equations after multiplying with n and m, you get the answer, or else you find the value of A and D. There are two linear equations in A and D, you can solve for A and D, subtract the equations, you will get the value of D, then substitute the value of D, you will get the value of A. After getting the values of A and D, you can substitute it there and get the answer, or preferably better method, what is it? N multiplied throughout, M multiplied throughout, subtract one of them, both the equations, you will get directly the value of A minus D, which is 0. Okay. This will save lot of your time. Let us look at next question. Let A1, A2, A3 so on be terms of an AP. A1, A2, A3 are given to be terms of an AP. If A1 plus A2 plus A3 so on up to AP, A1 plus A2 plus so on up to AP divided by A1 plus A2 plus A so on up to AQ, A1 plus A2 plus so on up to AQ is given to be equal to how much? P square by Q square for all P not equal to Q. This is the question. And what is he asking you to find? Find A6 by A21, A6 by A21. So, what is the question? A1, A2, A3 are all in AP, the terms of an AP. It is given that A1 plus A2 plus so on up to AP divided by A1 plus A2 plus so on up to AQ is equal to P square by Q square for all P not equal to Q, for all P not equal to Q. Find A6 by A21. See, this question will be there in majority of the books and they forget to write for all. Almost all the books they do not give for all. This happened because this is a previous JEE question and those terms JEE would not release the paper directly. So, people used to come out, students used to come out of the examination hall and from out of their memory they used to recall the questions and give it to the teachers. So, maybe some students they missed out saying this for all and it continued to be getting printed in this. Without this for all, this question does not make any sense, remember that, and I will tell you in the solution why. So, sum to first P terms of an AP in the numerator, what is it? P by 2 into 2A plus P minus 1 into D, where A be the first term, let us assume A to be first term, usual notation. So, I am not giving very much emphasis on this, and D be the common difference. This is not given in the question, let us assume it. So, what will be numerator? P by 2 into 2A plus P minus 1 into D. What will be denominator? Q by 2 into 2A plus Q minus 1 into D. What is it given to be? P square by Q square for all P not equal to Q. This is given. See, before writing given information, refine it as far as possible without committing any logical flaw. So, how can you simplify this? This 2 and 2 gets cancelled. This P can get cancelled here. So, 1 P gets cancelled here, 1 Q gets cancelled here. So, this is not simple to look at, right. And what am I required to find? A6 by A21, we are supposed to find A6 by A21, and what is A6? A plus 5D divided by what is A21? A plus 20D. This is what I am supposed to find, right. I am given this and from there I have to find this. So, what is difference between these two expressions? Any difference which you are finding? Both of them are in the same pattern, but however, you can see some small difference. What is it? Yes, here I have to find A plus something and A plus something. Here I have 2 and 2A. So, what is the first thing which you need to do in the given information? Divide numerator and denominator by 2. Divide numerator and denominator by 2. So, what is the given information? A plus P minus 1 by 2 into D divided by A plus Q minus 1 by 2 into D is equal to P by Q. And what am I supposed to find? A plus 5D divided by A plus 20D. So, in place of P minus 1 by 2 here, I want how much? 5. So, what should I substitute in place of P? So, that I get 5 here, P minus 1 by 2 should be equal to 5, or P minus 1 should be equal to 10, or P should be equal to 11, right. I have to substitute 11 in place of P. When will I be able to substitute any wanted number in place of P? Only when it is given in the question that this is true for all P and Q. Only when this P and Q for all is given, only when it is said that it is an identity, not an equation, then I will be substitute anything in place of P. So, this question it has to be given that for all, without for all it does not make any sense. So, even if it does not give in the question, you make yourself, you add it yourself, saying that he means that for all is there. So, you ignore his mistake and add it from your side. Okay. So, this is true for all P and Q. So, whatever number I want, I can put in place of P, whatever number I want, I can put in place of Q. Only condition given is P not equal to Q. So, you have to keep in mind that you can substitute any number, and what is the number needed to be substituted in place of P? I want 5 here. So, to get 5 in place of this number, P has to be how much? 11. Why? P minus 1 by 2 is 5, 10 plus 1, P is 11. So, what I will do is in this equation, given equation, I will put P is equal to 11. to get the denominator, what I need to put? I want 20 in this place, coefficient of D must be 20. So, q minus 1 by 2 has to be 20. So, when can q minus 1 by 2 be 20? For what value of q? Equal to 20, 41, 41, right. So, q you have to put it is equal to 41, p you have to put it is equal to 11. So, that I get 5 here, I get 20 here. Is this clear, all of you? So, once you put p equal to 11 and q equal to 41, what will this expression be equal to? You are also putting on the right side. P is 11 and q is 41. So, your answer will be 11 divided by 41. So, just substitute in place of P 11, in place of Q 41, a very important competitive examination question, because this already came 2-3 times in JEE and JEE advanced as well as in main. So, people repeat this question, very regularly asked question. Okay. So, remember this idea, very important. Next question, if the sum of the first 2 n terms of an AP, which AP? 2, 5, 8, so on, in this sum of first 2 n terms, let us say S 2 n is equal to sum of first n terms of the AP, which AP? 57, 59, 61, so on, in this sum of first n terms are both equal. He is asking you to find the value of n. Okay. So, what is the question? Find n, given that first 2 n, sum of first 2 n terms of this AP is equal to given first n terms of this particular AP, both of them are given to be equal, we have to find n. So, what is first sum to n terms, 2 n terms of this AP? 2 n by 2 into a plus a first term, what is it? 2 n minus 1, how many terms? 2 n terms. So, 2 n minus 1 into common difference is how much? D. D is what? Common difference of this AP is 3. I wrote just summation formula, sum to 2 n terms, 2 n by 2 into a is how much? 2, common difference is how much? 3, how many terms? 2 n terms. So, 2 n minus 1 into 3. This is equal to how much? N by 2 into n terms of second AP, in terms of second AP. So, second AP, what is the first term? 57. So, 2a plus, here also 2a, 4 plus, here also 2a, 57 into 2 plus n minus 1, number of terms are n only here, n minus 1 into d. D is how much? Common difference of this AP is 2. Common difference of this particular AP is 2. So, can I see that 2 is getting cancelled here? These two 2's are also getting cancelled. N is getting cancelled by n here. So, what I have is a simple equation, 4 plus 3 into 2 n minus 1, how much is it? 6 n minus 3 is equal to 57 plus n minus 1. A simple linear equation, 5 n, 6 n and n cancels, 5 n is equal to 4 minus 3 minus 1 get cancelled, 57. Here it is 1, take it to the other side, minus 2, 57 minus 2 is 55. So, 5 n is 55, n will be how much? 11. A very simple question. Okay. So, just whatever information is given, just substitute there, substitute it correctly and you will get the answer. You are getting a linear equation, 5 n is equal to 55. So, n will be equal to 11, very simple question. Let us look at next question. In next question, find sum of 24 terms of an AP let me denote it simply by S24. Find sum of 24 terms of an AP, A1, A2, A3, so on are terms in AP. If it is known that A1 plus A5 plus A10 plus A15 plus A20 plus A24 is given to be 225. What is the question? Find the sum of first 24 terms S24 given that A1 plus A5 plus A10 plus A15 plus A20 plus A24 is equal to 225. I will tell you a simple method for this. Most of the books and everywhere you will be taught in a different way. You will write this, you will assume first term as A, second common difference as D. You write this summation as 24 by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D, which you have to find. In this equation, you will substitute A1 is A, A5 is A plus 4D, A10 is A plus 9D. You get some cumbersome calculations, you simplify that, and whatever result you get, you put it in the first result. Okay. So, let us do it little more elegantly, improving your problem solving methodology. S24, sum to first 24 terms. What is it given by n is 24? So, 24 by 2, 12, directly write 12 into first term. What is it given in this denotation? A1 plus last term. Last term what will it be? A24, right? Sn is n by 2 into A plus L, first term plus last term. So, A1 plus A24. A1 plus A24, focus on this. I gave you a property, when the basis sum is same, x plus y, if it is same as m plus n, Ax will be same as Am plus An. Remember that? Whenever x plus y is equal to m plus n, because of the basic geometric property of arithmetic progression, Ax will be Ax plus Ay will be same as Am plus An. So, here 1 plus 24 is 25, 1 plus 24 is 25. Can you see that summation? A5 plus A20 is also 25, 5 plus 20 is again 25, 10 plus 15 is again 25, yes or no? So, all these numbers are one and the same, all these summations are one and the same. A1 plus A24 is same as A5 plus A25 is same as A10 plus A15. So, 3 times of, there are 3 such pairs, 3 times of our A1 plus A24 whatever is required is 225. So, how much will be A1 plus A24? 3 cancels how many times? 3 sevens are 21, 73. So, A1 plus A24 is 73. Just take this 73 and substitute here. So, what will be your S24? 12 times of 73. Just in one calculation you are able to answer the question. Directly by looking at this, you can see 3 times of, because 1 plus 24 25, 5 plus 20 25, 10 plus 15 25. So, these 3 are one and the same given in different formats. He can make the question even more lengthy. He can add A17 plus A8, he can add A18 plus A7, any number of combinations which will give you 24. Okay. So, otherwise the question would have become lengthier and lengthier as you increase the number of terms, but now you will just pair them. A1 plus A24 is same as A5 plus A20 is same as A10 plus A15. So, 3 times of the same pair is 225. So, that summation whatever you want, A1 plus A24 is how much? 73. Simple, 3 gets cancelled 73 times. Take this and substitute it here, in one line you are able to answer that question. Okay. So, this is the beauty of math. If you learn it in the right way, you will be able to solve it in the right way and you will be able to save lot of time. Last question for this session. In this question, A1, A2, A3 so on are given to be AP. We want A1 square minus A2 square plus A3 square minus A4 square, so on up to A2n minus 1 square minus A2n square is equal to n by 2n minus 1 into a1 square minus a2n square. This is what we have to prove. We have to prove that a1 square minus a2 square plus a3 square minus a4 square, so on up to a2n minus 1 square minus a2n square, where a1, a2, a3 are so on are in AP. Let us say common difference of this AP is D. Let us say common difference of this AP is D. So, we have to prove that it is equal to this one. Let me focus on left hand side. See, whenever I see a square minus b square, a square minus b square, what is the formula which comes in your mind? Pair them together, a minus d into a plus d, right. So, this will become a1 plus a2 into a1 minus a2, and because this is an AP with common difference d, what does it strike when you hear a1 minus a2? a2 minus a1 is d. So, a1 minus a2 is minus d. So, what will be first term? It will be minus d multiplied by a1 plus a2. What will be second term? a3 minus a4 into a3 plus a4, a3 plus a4 into a3 minus a4. What is a3 minus a4? Again minus d, right. So, that minus d I can take common. Next term, similarly a5 plus a6, so on up to last term. What will it be? a2n minus 1 minus a2n is minus d, which I have taken common, into a2n minus 1 plus a2n. So, left hand side is simply minus d into a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4 plus so on up to a2n minus 1 plus a2n. So, what do I want in the right hand side? a1 a2n, a1 square minus a2n square, right. Now, we will see a1 plus a2n, will it not be same as a2 plus a2n minus 1? Will it not be same as a3 plus a2n minus 2? Some of the subscripts are all same, right. So, each of these pairs will be one and the same. How many such pairs are there? Total 2n numbers are there. When I make them into pairs, I will have n pairs, 2 numbers in each pair. So, 2n numbers I can make them into n pairs. So, the summation I can write it as n times minus d is already there. So, minus n d into a1 plus a2n. Is it not simple? Very simple, right. So, these two pairs I can pair them and I will have n such pairs, all of them equal. So, I am writing it as minus n d into a1 plus a2n. Now, what I have to prove? I have to prove a1 square minus a2n square. I have a1 plus a2n. I will multiply and divide by a1 minus a2n to make whatever I want. In a prove that question, your focus should be on both on right hand side as well as on left hand side. So, to get right hand side, I am multiplying numerator and denominator by a1 minus a2n. So, what is there in the numerator right hand side which you have already? N is there, I want n, a1 plus a2n, a1 minus a2n, that is what I want. Denominator I want it differently, d I do not want. So, how can I write a2n? I can write it as a1 plus 2n minus 1 into d. Now, you can see a1 is getting cancelled, d is getting cancelled, minus sign is getting cancelled, and you have this equal to n into a1 square minus a2n square divided by 2n minus 1, which is nothing but your right hand side. Very easily you are able to prove. Okay. In next class, we will discuss geometric progression and we will also solve some questions on geometric progression, after which we will again come back to AP and GP, look at some questions in combination.